What up, though? This Prophet Mahmoud represent all the cast-offs worldwide. You don't know what a cast-off is? A cast-off is being who you are, even when it's unpopular, when your thoughts and what you stand for is different than the crowd. You are a cast-off. And today's topic is the legendary Atlanta rapper, Mr. Trap Music himself, T.I., in an altercation publicly with his son, King. Not his enemy, not his op, not his brother, but his son, King, for the world to see and nitpick and tear apart. And my analogy on this, I just go back to scripture. If you spare the rod, you spoil the child. And I'm gonna go deeper in that. I'm gonna go deeper. In our community, in our culture, it is frowned upon to start with something. I got it out the mud. I'm from the trenches. And even the females or the people who not from the trenches, especially the females, I like a hood nigga. I like a street nigga. And so that give a person insecurities if they're not from it and they around people who in it. They get looked down on and it create insecurities, and then they start not liking the people who gave them the blessings and the head start. And so now you have a son resenting the father for providing him a better life. And on the other hand, you have a father still rubbing it in the son's face, adding on to his insecurities, like, you ain't from it, you wanna be it. And I'm sure he telling these glorified hood stories, and you don't know what we had to go through, and that's making King insecure even more. And one thing I learned about an insecure person, they cover a lot of their insecurities with an outer persona. So now you over tough. Now you got a point to prove what's gonna happen. King gonna hurt somebody. King is gonna hurt somebody to prove that he not soft because he was raised with money. And that is so crazy about our community, that our women, I like straight niggas. And I'm from the mud, I'm from the trenches. And that's a badge of honor, being street. I'm a street nigga. Ah! And so that's the root to the problem. But I feel like I always say, we have to put those kids in sports. We have to put our kids in sports, bro, because sports teach self-accountability, it teach discipline, and it teach teamwork. And if you're around other athletes, you're around better people than people want to be. So I'm a street nigga, because everybody had this goal to get to college or to the NBA. And so now you're around like-minded, hard-working people who have to be self-accountable and have to be disciplined. And so I understand as a hard-working man, I could only imagine how much time T.I. had to put into building a fortune on the road, and then having the setbacks, going to jail, then had to work even harder to get out of the hole from going to jail. And now these children is without a dad. And so that's when we have to put our children in sports. I always tell every single black mom, put your son in sports. You could tell the difference in the male who didn't have any structure from a male or play any sports, and you could tell a man who did. And so, but our environment embrace, I'm a street nigga, dog. And the women, I like a street nigga. And so it make everyone who in that community or in that culture feel insecure, and now they have to overcompensate and over tough it, you know what I'm saying? And so I feel that's what's going on with King and his dad, T.I. And so that's my analogy today, for real.